Hey guys, so it's now about that time of the year where I'm going to be bringing all of my chemicals into the house so they don't freeze, since it's almost winter now. So I figured today I'd kind of go over all of the chemicals I'm using on my vehicle right now, or vehicles. Now, these are just the chemical guys chemicals. I do have a bunch of other chemicals, but I want to focus on chemical guys today. Starting here at the end, we have, so this is basically a waterless wash for your motorcycle. So it's wash and wax, and it protects your bike too, protects everything. So basically, you can do this without a hose. If you want to wash your bike and you're not near a hose or whatnot, bring this with you. You can spray your whole bike down, dry it off, and it'll be good as new. Now, I've only used this, I think, once. Usually I don't bother using this because I don't clean the bike that often. But it does work really good. Again, you just spray the whole bike down, dry it off just like you would if you washed it. The only difference is you don't need a hose or anything like that. No water, so works really well. Now this next one here is wheel cleaner for my motorcycle. I would have to say this is probably the worst smelling one out of all of these. This one you do not want to use in a garage. You want to try and use it outside in a well ventilated area, because if you don't, it's going to smell for a long time. Also, it might stain your garage floor, so you probably do not want to use this in your garage. I would recommend using this outside, again in a well ventilated area, because it does reek, but it works very, very well. So I would definitely recommend using this one. It just smells really bad, and that's probably because it works really good. You know, the stronger the smell, usually the stronger the chemical, or whatever you want to call this, spray. But yeah, so that works really good. Next one is the banana spray wax. Now, I've only used this once on the Mustang. Obviously, I can't use this on the 370Z because I have the wrap, and I wouldn't use it on the Impala because that paint's already junk anyway. But this does work really well. Now, unlike the other one, this is probably the best smelling chemical out of all of these. It smells really good, works really good, makes the paint nice and smooth. So spray waxes only last so long, you know, it's not as good as a traditional wax, but still lasts at least, I would say, a couple days, maybe a week. It all depends. Next up, we have the synthetic quick detailer. So what I like about this is, let's say if you're going to a car show like with my Mustang, and I want to make sure it stays clean, you know, because it gets dusty and stuff. You can just bring this with you, spray it down, wipe it down. It'll keep it clean all day. Now, I think I've only used this like once. Actually, I used this on the Mustang before Street Machine, I think last year. And it worked really well. It made it look super nice, nice and shiny. So, definitely works good. I also like the bottle. I like the colors. Now, this one you can probably tell I haven't even opened it. So, obviously, I can't tell you if it's good or not. But this is after wash. So, basically, what you do, you wash your car, and then you spray this onto the car, and this will absorb most of the water, not all of it obviously, but you spray it on the car, it'll absorb the water, so it makes it easier for you to dry. Less towels, so, and it might be, you know, it might not take you as long. So this one would be definitely nice to try. Again, haven't used it, but I'll have to try it one of these days. So yeah, basically just spray it on the water, it soaks it up. Now obviously it's not gonna make it completely dry, you still have to dry it with a towel, but it might make it go a little bit quicker. Next up, we have the tire shine. So you can also use this on trim pieces as well. So this is good for tires and plastic trim pieces. I think, again, I've only used this about once. I have not used this on plastic trim pieces. I've used it on the tires, but I don't use tire shine that often because it usually flies off everywhere. But again, works really good. Next up, we have one of my favorites, and this is the wrap detailer. So before I got my Ceramic Pro on the vinyl wrap on the 370, I would use this all the time on the wrap. Now this is mainly for gloss wraps. You really don't want to use this on a matte finish. So it even says right there, gloss enhancer and protectant. Now this will work on vinyl wraps, clear bra, and paint protection film. So if you have any of those, I would definitely recommend getting this. I mean, I almost used the whole thing, so, and that was only in a short period of time. Works really good. So next up we have the Nonsense Invisible Super Cleaner. So this is what I use to clean the tire lettering on my tires on the 370. Works really good. There's no smell, no nothing. I will admit, it says odorless. Now that I mentioned that, there is a slight smell. So I don't know why it says odorless when it does kind of smell, but maybe that's just me. Anyway, works very, very well. So I only use this on the tire lettering, but you can use this on almost anything, I would say. I mean, it pretty much can be used on anything, so definitely recommend that one, especially if you have tire lettering. Next up, we have the InnerClean Interior Quick Detailer. I'll be honest, I don't know if I've even used this. Maybe once. I usually just use water to spray down the interior, which I know is bad, but probably would work okay. It's got UV protection and all that, so definitely a nice little detailer. You know, if you're going to a show or whatnot, you can take this. Next up, we have Total Interior Cleaner and Protectant. So this is a detailer. This is a cleaner and protectant. Basically, this similar thing. Works on the dashboard, any touchscreens, glass, leather, vinyl, all that. I've used this a little bit more than the other one. As you can see, it's a little bit less full. Next up, we have the glass cleaner. I've actually used this quite a bit. I don't think I used it at all this year, but it does work very well. It doesn't leave streaks. So, I mean, you can use this on your car, house, whatever, any window you can use this on. So not just cars, but works really good. I definitely like this one. So now, these next three are kind of like the miscellaneous ones. So this is my Sticky Citrus Wheel Gel. So I actually use this to spray onto the tires and the wheel itself when I clean my wheels on the 370 and the Mustang. Works really good. Doesn't smell too bad, to be honest. I don't mind the smell, but works really well. Definitely recommend this. I use a lot of this. I've actually used like 2 or 3 bottles I've gone through already, so excuse me. And then we also have the Diablo Gel Wheel Cleaner. So this is what I will actually put into the bucket with all the other brushes and all that. So this will go into the bucket of water, and then I soak all my brushes in that. That's all I use this for, but it's a good cleaner. Safe for all wheel types. Works very well. It's really strong. It actually smells pretty good too. So again, this basically will go in the bucket, fill the bucket up with water, and then put all my brushes in there with this chemical in there. And last, but definitely not least, because this is probably my favorite one out of anything right now, is the Honeydew Snow Foam Auto Wash. So, when I'm washing my Nissan, or my Mustang for that matter, or anything, this is the soap I use. Works really good, smells really good, and it does such a good job at cleaning everything. And now my clock just went off. But again, does a really good job at just cleaning up everything. So yeah, that's basically all of the Chemical Guys chemicals that I'm currently using. If you're wondering what that noise was, it was this Halloween clock that just happened to go off in my video. But those are all the chemicals that I'm using, and I will leave a link in the description down below to all of these. So if you guys want to pick them up, you can. Now they do come in different sizes. They come in 16 ounces, 64 ounces. I'm sure they come in other sizes as well. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys next time.